Thank you so much for sharing that
My
with
pleasure.
us. It was great. So now we're going to move on to our guests for today.
Absolutely, yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
From the County of Clay in the town of Spencer, Iowa, we are welcoming today Connie Goeken and Marta Johnson.
Outstanding.
Welcome. It's so good to have you with us today.
Well, thanks, Sally Sue and Bobby Ray. We are excited to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, I understand that you're from Spencer, Iowa. Could you give us a little history or a brief information about Spencer and where it's located?
Sure. Spencer is the county seat of Clay County in Iowa, and you know we're two counties down and 3 from the border, so we're up there in the northwestern corner. Spencer is probably best known for being the home of the world's largest county fair, the Clay County Fair. Yes, okay. It's a town of about 11,000 people. Has a beautiful downtown shopping district. It's an historic district, actually. Spencer has the largest collection of Art Deco architecture in the state of Iowa, because in 1931 the entire downtown burned in a fire, and so all of it was rebuilt at one time, and so all of the architecture is very consistent, and it's all in this Art Deco style, so we're quite well known for that. And it's just a great little town, kind of the hub of shopping and cultural activities up there in northwest Iowa, and we're very proud of.
Well, wonderful. It sounds like an interesting place to come and
Sounds
visit.
like another weekend adventure
I
coming
think
up.
so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes.
We can show you a good time, Bobby.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so now you're with the Spencer Community Theater.
Correct.
And how long has that been in existence?
Actually, the theater was founded in 1960 and started just as a group of people who wanted to get together and sort of, you know, in the old tradition of let's put on a show.
Sure.
And did one show a year, and as interest grew and people became more active and wanted to expand what we did, we've gotten to the point now where we do 4 main stage shows a year and 2 children's theater shows. We have a beautiful new facility, and it's grown a lot in the last 52 years.
Wonderful.
What is it, an indoor theater?
Yes, it is.
And is it, what's your seating and that sort of thing?
We seat 266 people. It's actually a restored and rehabilitated grocery warehouse.
Really?
It used to be Spencer Grocer Company, and in 1981 we bought the building and took it over and rehabbed it into a performance space.
Outstanding. That's great.
Very nice.
Yes. What's something unique about the theater?
Well, I think I'd have to say one of the things is just the fact that we took this beautiful old building, which had been vacant for 10 years, and repurposed it into something, saved a downtown building, and actually just in 2010, we reopened after a $1.5 million renovation and expansion.
My goodness.
Where we totally tore off the performance space, rebuilt it, expanded it, made our theater is just a wonderful little jewel. It's an intimate theater at 266 seats, but wonderful lighting, a larger stage. We also have a beautiful new lobby with a one-of-a-kind stained glass chandelier that was produced for us by the Bogan Reef Studios in Spencer.
Wow.
My goodness.
And so we think that for a town of the size of Spencer, 11,000, there are not very many towns that have a performing arts space dedicated just to community theater, and we're very, very fortunate to have that beautiful facility there.
So now, with all of this renovation that you're talking about and the interior designs, you must have funding. Do you have friends of the theater or patrons, or how does that work?
We survive mainly on ticket sales, and then we do have a quite large membership base. We've got about 450 members contributing memberships. which of course give you funds above and beyond the cost of the tickets.
Sure.
We're also very lucky to be supported by our local businesses who sponsor our shows.
Nice.
Many of our performances,
Nice.
well, all of our performances actually,
Sure.
have business sponsors that help pay the cost of the rising cost of building sets.
Yes.
And doing costuming, and royalties for shows continue to go up and up. And basically, a large-scale musical with a big cast costs about $13,000 to
Really?
produce.
My goodness.
And so you need to have good funding partners and support from your community. And we're very fortunate in that where Spencer is located, we draw audiences not only from Spencer, but from about a 60-mile radius around Spencer.
really?
So we do have
Nice.
members and patrons who drive for ways to come and see our theater.
That's
so we're
great.
very, very
Wonderful.
fortunate to have that kind of
That's
support.
great.
Okay, so now you're talking about all these performances that you have done and will be doing. Have there been some that are really different or kind of out of the box, so to speak?
We've had several highlights, I think, that kind of set us apart from other community theaters and really just have been interesting, really over-the-top experiences for us. One, we had a cultural exchange with a performing arts school in Galway, Ireland, and their
Really?
children's theater, their performers came to Spencer, performed and stayed with families for 3 weeks, and then our children's theater raised $40,000 to send a troupe of 15 kids from our theater over to Ireland to return the favor, and they traveled around Ireland and performed.
My goodness.
What a
Yes.
wonderful experience.
Yes, the
Oh.
kids just, my son was able to go along on that, and it was just a tremendous, really consciousness raising experience for them, and
Eye-opening
to live
experience.
with another culture
Sure.
and to
Certainly.
get to perform too.
Certainly.
Sure.
And then something else wonderful that we were able to participate in, every year the Winter Dance Party happens in Clear Lake, which is of course celebrating Buddy Holly
Oh, of
and
course.
the other rock and roll
Sure.
artists that have performed there over the years at the Surf Ballroom. And on the 50th anniversary of the Winter Dance Party, our theater was asked to tour our production of the Buddy Holly story to Clear Lake. We performed in Mason City, actually, at the community college there in their beautiful 900-seat theater, and did our production of Buddy Holly. And Maria Elena, Buddy Holly's widow, was at the performance, and she came
goodness.
up on stage and sang a number with our Buddy Holly and
That
with
would
the
be-
cast.
yeah, it sure
performed.
does.
Oh, I
yeah.
just
It
can't
was
believe
just
Oh.
a tremendous experience for us. You know, we toured a 50-member cast and crew, brought all the costumes, the sets, were there for 2
My.
days, and so for a theater of our size to undertake something like that, it was really, we were very, very proud of how that
definitely.
came out.
You
I
should be.
bet. And I'm assuming that the way you're speaking here and the way that you've laid out the different programs, you must have quite an array of costumes.
We do, actually. Marta's along with me today to talk about some of the really great things. Our costume shop is the second floor of our theater. When we got this new building,
The whole second floor?
Yes, we kind of had
Goodness.
we had sort of an inventory of costumes built up from 1960 to 1980, and said, wow, here is a great opportunity to utilize part of this new space and also to bring in a revenue stream.
Sure.
So
Sure.
started out kind of small, renting to high schools and theaters kind of in the area,
Oh.
but we have built up quite an inventory, and it's brings in about a third of our operating revenue. now.
So how does the rental process work? If
We
Marta,
want
why
to
don't-
rent.
Right.
do you have requirements or what they're
Well,
guidelines?
actually, if you wanted to be, let's say, a flapper, you'd come up, and we do have several different sizes. We have several different colors, and we have a package costume flapper, or we can go into the other section, and we have other dresses that we can make into flappers.
Oh, nice.
So if you want to use your imagination, you can use it up there. If you don't want to, you want the package, we can give it to you right there.
You know, a big change that's happened in our costume businesses with the advent of the internet. Now we do costume shows for high schools, theaters, colleges all over the United States.
Wow.
And last year, correct me if I'm wrong, Marta, but I think we costumed somewhere between 150 and 250 shows And we've costume shows in 23 states in the United States.
Right. We
What
sent them
a
all
major
over.
undertaking
I
that
would admit,
would
I
be.
would guess, and that's probably a very important part of your revenue.
It is, and we've really come to understand that that's an important thing for us to develop
Sure.
over the years.
Oh,
And
definitely.
we've really, we're kind of, we started this out in a big way. We did Beauty and the Beast at our theater about 5 years ago, and so those are very elaborate,
Yes.
very detailed costumes. And so we built all of the costumes for our show and then started to turn around and rent them out. And it was just a huge deal for us, and many schools started to rent from us. And so that's probably, of our big shows that we rent,
is our
that's
biggest.
probly one of the biggest ones. And
That's
we have
really interesting.
multiple sets of Beauty and the Beast costumes now because it's a huge seller for us.
Definitely.
Wow. So, in addition to everything you've told us so far, what is something that you could highlight that's really unique when it comes to the costumes?
Well, you know, there's something that will set you apart in just a moment. You don't even have to have anything else special on, but if you've got a great hat,
A hat.
let me just say, and Bobby Ray, we
Oh,
think,
honey, this is so you.
I'm thinking the Roman gladiator. Doesn't Bobby
That
Ray
is
just
just-
scream
that is
gladiator
so
when you, or
you.
Roman soldier? Yes.
There
yes.
you go.
I believe that's you. And let's see here. Oh, here, Sally Sue.
I get one too. Oh,
All
yay.
right.
Now, if you would like to play a role, this is a hat from My Fair Lady.
Isn't this
Yes.
wonderful?
The ascot scene, and we don't want to cover up your pretty face there, but the ascot scene is all done in black and white.
Looks great.
And this is one of the specialty hats that are built from that. And then if you are doing a Renaissance fair, or you need to have a medieval costume, here is
Oh, that's
a
gorgeous. Look at
Renaissance
the jewel
headdress.
on it.
Yes, there.
Wow.
Or if you'd like to be a lady in waiting.
I think I'll pass
Once
on that.
upon a
but
matter.
okay.
You don't want to be a lady, or you don't want to wait.
Either.
And
I
these
love
are
it.
just an example of many of the wonderful pieces that we that we've built specially for shows over
So
the
you
years.
made
So
all
you
these, or did you?
yes, these have yours not so much,
Okay.
but these have all been created specially
Mine was
for.
special.
I understand.
Because I'm a princess.
Because you're special.
Yes.
This is so fun.
How
And we have,
cool
you know,
is
here,
this?
if you know, maybe you'd like to switch out, maybe you'd like to be from another period in history, Bobby Ray. There, you can be a Viking.
Whoa.
How about that?
Sweet Swine County, hold your breath.
Well, you know,
Go.
the North Country here. I think that's you. We'll get some padding for you, and then you'll be ready to go.
We found it.
Yes. Yes.
Or possibly, we're giving you all the business here, Bobby
Well,
Ray.
okay, let's
You
see.
know-
Hey, I can go from a Viking to
Ay, caramba!
Here,
Ah.
you get the back. That's the back.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Doesn't that slide?
I have no clue.
I don't
But you know what?
There you go. There you go.
I think so. Do you like that?
Yeah,
It does.
I like that. Yeah, it works well.
Yeah.
A little heavy.
Yeah, well,
I could carry treats up here.
You could become street vendor and
I
have
like
it all up
that.
there.
I like that. Now I feel like I'm
We
in
get
the
to try
same.
these on all day long.
We
How
do.
fun, how
We're
fun.
kind of spoiled. Sometimes it's like working in a candy shop. You know,
you just have a bad day, go get a hat and
we
wear it.
do.
Sounds
And
good.
it'll put you in a
Sounds good.
great mood.
Absolutely.
You can't be in a bad mood when you're wearing
No,
it.
Absolutely
definitely not. So with all the information that you've given us about the costumes, I mean, you said it's all of the second floor. What is the total number of costumes that you have at the theater?
You know, I am really not certain. I've never counted, but they say there is between 30 and 35,000 items in our costume shop.
Really?
So
Wow.
you can make anything from that.
And you have those all tagged and inventoried.
We have them tagged, well, mostly tagged. Every day we're getting new inventory, and so it is hard to keep
My
up.
goodness, that's outstanding. Wow.
That's amazing.
It sure is.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to say that we're so out of time.
we
have
are.
to wrap things up.
Before we go, thanks so much for having us, Bobby Ray and
our
Sally
pleasure.
Sue.
Yes.
But you know, I've
Absolutely.
seen a lot about these great reports from the citizens of Sweet Swine County. Could we see one of those while we're here?
Yes, absolutely. You sure can, Connie. Let's take a look.
Hello, Sweet Swine County. This is your roving reporter, Clarice. If you're looking for a peaceful, heartfelt getaway, then the Harton Bed and Breakfast in Algona, Iowa surely fits the bill. Harton is within walking distance of charming downtown Algona, where you can find everything from therapeutic massage to specialty shops, antique stores, a movie theater, churches, parks, fine dining restaurants, and more. Innkeepers Randy and Vicki Rober have lovingly converted a spacious neoclassical home into a beautiful hospitality venue that offers Algona's visitors an ideal way to spend a weekend, short vacation, or honeymoon. Huge porches surrounding the 1913 house beckon guests to sit, relax, and watch the world go by, hearkening back to the gentler days of the early 1900s. The home's interior was lovingly restored in the 1990s and has hardwood floors, window seats, oak trim, a formal dining room, reception hall, parlor, sitting room, and Italian marble fireplace. Yet Harton also offers all modern-day conveniences in its 4 spacious bedrooms, including central air, king and queen beds, televisions, and private baths. Harton Bed and Breakfast's spacious areas are perfect for group meetings of all kinds, and a large entertainment center with VCR is available for business needs and all occasion parties. Each morning, a tantalizing breakfast is prepared by the Robers, who do everything possible to make your stay memorable. So treat yourself to a special getaway at Harton Bed and Breakfast, located just 1 block south of Highway 169 at 400 East Nebraska Street. Contact them by phone at 515-295-9445. This has been your roving reporter, Clarice. And as my Norwegian Nana would have said, hid away hardly means forgotten. Bye.
Gee, that was really interesting. I'm so glad we got to see that.
Oh, I am too.
Yes, we really enjoy those programs.
Yes, it's great. Now, Connie, just before we go,
Sure.
We need to know, do you have an internet site or
We
a website?
do. Actually, our theater website is www.spencercommunitytheater.com.
Okay.
And theater is spelled T-R-E on the end,
Oh,
not
okay.
T-E-R.
Okay.
And then if you, when you access that, you can see, you can go to the costume shop on that or see what we have going for plays or information about our large
Wonderful.
children's theater program.
Great.
You can find out anything you need to.
So it's easy to navigate
Yes,
and
it
find
is.
your way around.
Yes.
That's
Wonderful.
outstanding.
That's
great. Well, that's very interesting about all the costumes and the wonderful activities and the facility that you have there in Spencer. But I noticed that in addition to these hats, you might have brought something else there with you today. I was just checking.
You're very observant,
I
Bobby
try
Ray.
once in a while.
Thank you. We actually, to thank you for having us on your show, we have brought you both these beautiful Spencer Community Theater tote
how
bags.
wonderful.
And you know, we had such a good time that we have not only brought them from you, but we brought them for everybody in the studio
Oh,
audience.
outstanding. They're going to love that. That's great. So I presume then that you are going to take the hats back.
Well, yeah,
I don't
I'm
know
afraid
what
we
happened to mine.
I don't either.
I don't.
But you know what?
I don't have
If
a
you
hat.
come up to the costume shop, we'll let you wear them around for free.
All right, I like that. That works. Okay. All right. I want to thank you, Connie and Marta, for coming today. We really appreciate
Thanks
you
for
being on
having
the
us.
show. You bet. It was wonderful. And we want to say to all our viewers out there, thank you as well. And please join us again for another episode of the Cocklebur Morning Show, where we weed out the big stories from throughout Sweet Swine County. Till next time, bye now.